Have you ever wondered how a priceless artifact could vanish from a highly secured museum? In a bustling city teeming with life and secrets, a mystery was unfolding. The Star of Eternity, a rare gem of immeasurable value and rumored mystical powers, had disappeared from the city's renowned museum. Its absence sent shockwaves throughout the city, stirring the curiosity of the public and the media alike. Enter Detective Alex Turner, a seasoned detective known for his sharp instincts and keen eye for detail. He was no stranger to high-profile cases, and yet, this was no ordinary theft. The Star of Eternity was more than just a gem. It was a symbol of the city's cultural heritage. With his reputation for solving complex cases, Detective Turner was promptly assigned to the case. He understood the magnitude of the situation and was determined to restore the gem to its rightful place. As news of the theft spread, Detective Turner knew he had a daunting task ahead. Detective Turner, armed with his sharp instincts and meticulous approach, started his investigation. His first task was to dive into the labyrinth of security footage from the museum, looking for anything that might shed light on the audacious theft. As he scrutinized the grainy images, a shadowy figure began to emerge from the darkness. The figure moved with a stealthy grace, gliding through the museum's corridors, seemingly aware of every camera and guard's position. This wasn't the work of a common thief. This was someone who knew the layout of the museum like the back of their hand. Someone who could navigate the maze of security with an uncanny ease. The more Detective Turner observed, the clearer it became. This thief had inside knowledge, a guide within the museum's very walls. This wasn't just a theft, it was a betrayal. This led Detective Turner to suspect an inside job. Turner began interviewing the museum staff, looking for any signs of nervousness or guilt. Among the sea of faces, one stood out in particular. Richard, a janitor who seemed unusually jittery. As Detective Turner probed further, Richard's behavior grew increasingly erratic, evoking suspicion. Turner, guided by his sharp instincts, decided to delve deeper into Richard's background. What he discovered was a man grappling with financial hardships, drowning in debt owed to a notorious criminal organization. A connection was drawn, a possible motive unearthed. Could it be that Richard was coerced into this crime due to his dire circumstances? The plot thickened as Turner pieced together this puzzling mystery. The janitor's knowledge of the museum, his financial woes, and his ties to the criminal world painted a picture that was hard to ignore. Richard's financial troubles and connections to the criminal underworld made him a prime suspect. Confronting Richard with his findings, Detective Turner was prepared for a confession. The tension in the room was palpable. Richard the janitor was no hardened criminal, but a man cornered by desperation. He confessed, his voice barely a whisper, revealing how he'd been strong-armed into the sinister plot by a notorious criminal organization. They had exploited his financial difficulties, threatening harm to his family if he didn't comply. Richard's involvement, it seemed, was born not out of greed, but fear. His eyes, once evasive, now held a plea for understanding. In exchange for his honesty, he offered Detective Turner something invaluable, a lead. He shared details about the organization's hideout, its key members and their plans. Each piece of information was a breadcrumb on the trail to the stolen Star of Eternity. Richard's confession was a game changer, catapulting the investigation forward. With this new lead, Detective Turner was closer to solving the mystery. With the information from Richard, Detective Turner planned a raid on the criminal hideout. Armed with a blueprint of the crook's lair and a team of the city's finest, they infiltrated the building under the shroud of night. The operation was a dance of strategy and precision, with each move carefully calculated. The thieves, caught off guard, were swiftly apprehended, and there, nestled among the spoils of their illicit activities, was the Star of Eternity. The aftermath of the case was a whirlwind. Richard, the nervous janitor, seeing the error of his ways, cooperated with the authorities and received a reduced sentence. The city, once again at ease, celebrated Detective Turner as a hero. He was lauded for his sharp instincts, his meticulous investigation, and his unwavering dedication to the safety of the city and its treasures. The case of the stolen Star of Eternity became a testament to Detective Turner's brilliant investigative skills and dedication to justice.